1 April is International Bird Day, and that is no April Fool's joke. I always wanted to say that. So this is the puzzle no, let me rephrase. This is the puzzle that you choose for me to assemble to celebrate International Bird Day. So I had a poll up on my community post, and this is the puzzle that won your vote. So thank you so much again for every single person that voted. I really appreciate it, and I love your choice. So before I get to the puzzle, I quickly just want to touch on my love for birds and the birds that I enjoy and the reason behind the International Bird Day. So if you will forgive me, I will read this because it's too much for me to remember. On April 1, 1906, the International Convention for the Protection of Useful Birds was signed, and precisely to commemorate the signing of this convention, since 1906, April 1 has been celebrated as International Bird Day. The main goal of International Bird Day is to draw attention to the dangers threatening birds worldwide and to protect them and their habitats. Protecting individual species is not enough, as the protection of their habitats is also necessary. Many neglected and overgrown areas of nature are disappearing from the landscape, and few realize that this is causing the loss of habitats for many bird species. The biggest threats to birds, however, occur during their often very long migrations. According to BirdLife International, more than 1 million birds die each year in the Mediterranean, mainly in Cyprus, due to hunting practices. Ornithologists celebrate Bird Day in the field as April is a time when bird migration is in full swing and many interesting bird species can be observed. So I've got a very special place in my heart for the South African bushveld birds, especially the smaller species. My favorite, the Cape Sparrow. I've got them at my house. I've got them in the bushveld, my favorite vacation spot. And at some point, I started dabbling into photography. I call myself an amateur. I don't think my photos are award-winning quality, but I'll show you a few of the photos I took. And as you can see, the South African bird species are beautiful, unique, and I love them so, so much. So since I fell in love with the bushveld birds, I decided I definitely want to celebrate Bird Day, International Bird Day, and I agree on the reason for celebrating the day. The habitats of these birds should be protected in order to protect the birds. I would love for generations to come to also enjoy the bird species of the world. So let's get to the puzzle that you chose. So the puzzle is from eeboo. It is Songbirds Tree and it is by the artist Victoria Ball. Beautiful artwork, but I must tell you, this is definitely one of the more challenging puzzles that I've done in a while. I started with this orange round flowers here at the bottom, just above the ground, because they were recognizable enough and I knew that there weren't too many all over the place. It was easy to determine where they would go. From there, I went down to the brown ground and the flowers and plants on there. Again, the plants are all different, the colors are different, the textures are different. It was easy enough to see which flower goes where, the berries and everything was just easy recognizable. So from the ground, I moved up to the other flowers just above the ground. And at that point, the flowers mostly end. From there on up, the flowers that remains are very tiny, colorful flowers and the white blossoms. So after I finished that piece of flowers above the brown ground, I moved to the birds. And again, the birds were easy enough. It was easy to distinguish which pieces went together for which bird, and also where each bird was situated in the puzzle. And I was able to place them as I went. And from there on out, I had to focus on the small, colorful flowers. You won't be able to see it on the video footage, but there are slight differences in these flowers. Some got thinner leaves, some got thicker, some got two colors in them, in the leaves themselves. So there was very, very small differences that I was able to make out. And from there, I was able to determine where those should be placed. I placed as many pieces as I could, and then what was left with the green leaves. That was a little bit more difficult, and at some point I had to resort to shape sorting. Once I had shape sorted, it was easier to determine which pieces go where because I was able to look for specific shapes and then with that, a specific design on the shape. So, for instance, I was looking for a castle piece, but the top corner should be blank, only background the creamy with the yellow, the white dots. And for instance, it touches a bronze. So it was easier to determine from 10 or 15 pieces that were left that, okay, there's only 6 that got the top half blank, so it must be one of those 6. So process of elimination, I was able to complete them. A 1,000 piece puzzle usually takes me around 5 to 7 hours. This one I spent about 10.5 hours on. And don't get me wrong, as challenging as it was, I did enjoy this puzzle. And you know me, I enjoy a challenge, and this one was not the most difficult challenge, but a very enjoyable one. So the last thing I want to mention from this puzzle is I see on the box there is an artist playlist included. I did scan the barcode at the back and I saw her playlist. Not very long playlist from what I could determine. Very few songs on there was known to me, but that made me think. Would that be something you guys would be interested in seeing what I listen to while I puzzle? I just want to say thank you for everybody that voted on the poll. Without you guys, I wouldn't have been able to decide on the puzzle to do for today's video. And I love your choice. Definitely, definitely a beautiful puzzle. And I'm glad I was able to do it. And then thank you for celebrating birthday with me. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate your time for watching. I appreciate it so, so much. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.